What's going on, y'all? This is your boy DJ MoStyles back with another one with a very brief review and my thoughts on this beast right here. This is the new controller from Rane, the Rane One. I'm not going to get into it in depth. We're not going to talk about the rear or the front of the controller. I'll leave that for another video. But what I want to get into is what's on top and what I feel that the Rane One is missing and who this controller can be for. So a lot of people were complaining about the mixer section. This is a two-channel controller. A lot of people asked for four channels and disappointed that they didn't add four. That's two channels is all you need. Two channels is all that I need. If this controller was any bigger, then you might as well erase the entire mobility thing from the Rane One. That's the reason for them building something like this. Is for mobile DJs, DJs who need something to carry around to DJ booths or to mobile and private gigs. That's not going to take up a lot of space. That's not going to be a lot on your back. They put everything into this small package, which works fine. Um, the motorized platters on this thing are perfect. If you're used to Rain 12s or the Technique 1200s, you'll feel right at home. They're 7.2 inch. Again, if you're used to turntables and you've played 45s back in the days, you're going to feel right at home. This is nothing new, guys. It's maybe smaller to people who've never used smaller platters, but this is nothing new. The technology is just on 100 right now with Rain. So we can't complain about those. Let's move on to the pads. The pads, I've heard people say, well, they look smaller. No, these are the same size pads that you'll find on your Rain 72 and the same exact ones that'll be in your Rain 70. They didn't make them smaller to fit them into this package. Same exact size pads. As far as the fader is concerned, the channel faders aren't Mag 4s. So if you're used to doing tricks and stuff like that when you're transitioning, you won't be doing that on these unless you improvise and you have a workaround to getting them done. But other than that, you will not be removing these and replacing them. They're soldered to the inside of this unit, so they can't be changed. But that's a different story for this crossfader. The crossfader is a Mag 4 fader, which is dope. One of the best faders that I've used out of the box. I mean, butter smooth. There's no need to change this one. Butter smooth. As far as the effect section is, we have 6 effects that you can stack for each channel. So if you choose to add 6, you can. I personally only use 1 or 2, but you can add up to 6 per channel. One thing I must add, this controller does not have any onboard effects. The only onboard effects that this has is a low pass and a high pass filter. That's the only effects that you have built into this controller. Yes, I wish, and a lot of people wish, that it had onboard flex effects. Maybe the update to this controller will have it. Please do. Rain, if you hear me, if you're listening. But as of now, no onboard effects. It doesn't make or break it for me. I still love this controller. Sampler volume. Had to touch down on that because it doesn't have a dedicated sampler volume knob. So if you wanted to control the volume within Serato for your sampler, you either have to go into the computer and do it manually or you MIDI map it. You have 2 mic inputs, 1 and 2. I would most likely only use 1 mic on this controller. So what I did was I MIDI mapped the Serato sampler volume to the mic 2 on the Rane One. That way, I have total control over my sample volume without having to map it to anything that's on the face. It works perfectly fine. Life goes on. The pitch faders are great. I like how they did the long throw on the pitch faders just like your regular average turntable. That's pretty dope. The search bar, I'm not a fan of it. I never was on the Rain 12, but they've added it to here. Some people will use it. I'm personally not a user of the strip search, but it's there if you want to. let's get into the weight of this machine. The weight is not heavy. If you've ever lifted a turntable, it's the same weight of as one turntable. So the Rane One is the same weight as one Rane 12 or one Technique 1200. Now adding it to a case will definitely give it weight, or you can have the option to use a soft case if you feel that it's going to break your back, but it's not a heavy unit at all. Now let's talk about price. People saying $14.99 is a lot of money for this controller, and personally I think it's priced in the sweet spot. It's priced just right. I thought it was going to be more, especially coming from a quality group like Rane. But I feel it's priced right. You know, a lot of people complaining, oh, it doesn't have 4 channels. It doesn't have this. It doesn't have that. You could have made it cheaper. Yeah, they could have. But when you get your hands on one of these units, you would see why the Rane One is priced at where it's priced at. You have Pioneer DDJ SRT that you can purchase that has a 4-channel mixer. It has huge jog wheels. But personally, the Rane One is better quality. The SRT may give you more compatibility when it comes to expanding your mixer, or maybe doing internal effects, or adding on more Midi capability. Those are things that other controllers will give you. So if that is what you need for your experience as a DJ, by any means, go purchase another controller. This was geared towards turntablists, either people who are coming from turntables or those who are looking to get into turntablism. It's a great buy. Like I said, the price is right. It gives you nothing more, nothing less, and I love them. I mean, the acrylic disc on here were horrible on the Rane 12. I don't know what they did as far as the Rane One is concerned, but the acrylic discs feel good. They don't feel as bad as they did when I got my Rane 12s, and that's surprising. I mean, it can be because of the jog wheels are smaller, but it works perfectly fine, and I haven't had the itch to change them yet. Although I'm going to customize some, but it works perfect out of the box. Let's stack some of these echoes so you guys can see that it does work. I see in a lot of forums that the effects are not post fade, they are post fade. So if you wanted to drop your line faders, your effect's still going to roll. If you cross over your crossfader, your effects are still going to roll. They're all post fade. You can also control the depth for your throw, your echo, or your delay, or whichever you want to use. So you can do a long throw. Again, it's all post fade. You got 2 USB inputs that you could switch between DJs, or like myself, if you use 2 laptops out in the field, hey, you might need a backup. So you're using your primary and something's going wrong, you switch over to USB-B and your second laptop, it kicks in right away. So it's good that they were able to implement the 2 sound cards into the Rane One. As far as sound, I haven't been able to take this out in the field yet due to the pandemic, but at home in the studio, I've definitely given it a run for its money. I've hooked it up to a professional sound system. I've ran it through my Mackie board, and the sound on this machine is nothing less than you would get from Rane in any one of their pro flagship controllers. So yeah, the sound quality and the sound card is definitely up to par. Virtual DJ users. I don't believe Virtual DJ has been implemented yet to work with the Rane One. But again, as I stated, if you are in fact looking for capability, Midi capability to run everything between your hardware and Serato software, this isn't going to be the controller for you. It's not going to offer all of those buttons and bells and whistles that you would normally use on a regular controller to get the job done. So there are a lot of people asking, oh, I'm going to wait till it's compatible with Virtual DJ. Take your time, research, go to the store, feel the controller, and see if this is for you. I mean, this thing isn't cheap. So if you're going to spend your money, make sure you spend your money wisely. You want to know that the controller that you're purchasing is going to get the job done for whatever it is that you do, whether you're a mobile DJ, a club DJ. And I always tell people, do not rush to buy the first piece of equipment that comes out brand new. Take your time. There's a lot going on here, but it may not suit your style of DJ. So those are my thoughts. If you have any questions and want to know anything else about this controller, feel free to hit the comments, like, subscribe, and even share. It's your boy DJ MoStyles. Thanks for stopping by the MoStyles Experience. Once again, it's the Rane One.